Hey, what's up YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Rodrigo here from Unleash Your Fitness, and I am here with
Yeniz, Parton.
All right, so as you guys know, I'm mostly just focused on hypertrophy, weightlifting, just trying to build more muscle overall. But I do need to kind of get my cardio in and try to do something else, you know. So she's gonna show me a few different exercises that I can do, whether that's at home, outside, or in the gym, or right here with her if you are here in Fayetteville. So tell us more about yourself and what do you do here?
Okay, so I'm Yeniz Parton. I'm the owner of iFit, and iFit is a functional training facility. We focus on any type of training that can make you a well-rounded athlete. We focus on, depending on the program that you want to follow or the type of program that we're following at that time, depending on the time of the year, we design different programs. For example, right now we're working on a hypertrophy, kind of leaning up a little bit, getting ready for the summer. During the winter time, we do more like hypertrophy, but not too much into the leaning part. And then in between, we do powerlifting, or we do also focus on the endurance part. Every day we alternate even the different workouts. So one day we do cross training, which is going to be a little bit more of a strengthening or hypertrophy, depending on the program. And then the next day is going to be Spartan, which is going to be focusing a little more on the endurance side. The other programs that we work is the ACFT preparation. So if you're interested in getting ready for the ACFT, we can definitely help you. We have all the equipment here for that part. And with the personal training program, we focus on whatever goal you have. Building muscle, losing body fat. We actually introduced a new program that is called weight loss management, which is focusing more in like the part of nutrition and building healthy habits.
Awesome. So, can you show us some exercises that are more functional and not just your typical like the bench press or something else that people can do where they can get the same benefit?
Well, so much variety. When I think about one exercise, it's so hard for me to come with just like one. But one of the best that I can think probably will be a single leg deadlift, which I like to use a lot with my senior athletes especially, and in particular because it's working on that hinging motion, which emphasizing engaging those hamstrings and glutes, but also having a really nice back strength. Now this one can transfer to a really picking up something from the ground, which with the age people kind of tend to have issues with that part. So the single leg deadlift is one of my favorites in that case, especially because focusing on single leg movement, we can isolate and make sure that both sides of the body are working really, really good.
Notice you said functional a lot. Does this kind of movements help people that have, like, for example, bad hips, bad knees? Will this be something that can help them get rid of that pain on the long run?
Yes, definitely. So the idea of working on functionality is being able to do regular activities, you know, like getting up, picking up something. But if you're an athlete or a person that is already suffering from bad knees, if any problem that you have, definitely the idea is to work on those.
What's one of the things that you love most about functional training?
Oh, the best thing is seeing the improvement, especially in my senior athletes. I mean, I love to train everybody, don't get me wrong, but when I see somebody that come here and say, hey, I cannot tie my shoes, so I cannot get up from the bathtub, that for me is like a challenge. And immediately, in 2-3 weeks working with them, they can go back to tie their shoes, they can go back and just something simple that we take for granted because we don't need it. But when you really live that, experience that part of not being able to do something, it's tough. But for me, when I'm able to help them to get that, to conquer that goal, is like the best, the most rewarding thing. And the same side is when a lot of my clients come here and be like, hey, I went to the doctor and I'm out of the medicine. I don't need to take this medicine anymore. My blood sugar levels are fine. My high blood pressure is fine. So that's the best thing. That's the most rewarding thing that we can get as coaches.
What's one thing that you would tell like the older population? Because sometimes the older population it's a little bit they're a little bit scared to get into the gym because they don't want to get hurt. So what's something that you would tell them so they can get in here and just be more active overall?
Look for a good coach, somebody that can guide you. I even had this case with my mom. She's not able, she doesn't live here, so I cannot help her. But when I talk to her about getting to the gym, I'm always afraid that she's gonna get into an injury. So definitely find a coach that knows what he's doing and get that help. Don't be afraid to do anything, because the more that the things that we don't do are the things that we get atrophy, right? The muscles that we don't use, they get atrophy. We are designed to move. If we don't move, it get bad with the time. So if you are scared to get hurt at the gym, the problem is you're gonna be hurt sometime in the house just picking up something from the ground. You're gonna fall sometime and you're not gonna be able to get up on your own. And that's the part that you can actually develop at the gym. Not just mention that strength training is the best way to get more reposition of calcium on your bones. So stronger structure, definitely something that we need to work.
Yeah. In your opinion, do you think more people should do more functional training overall, just different things, different variations?
Good question. Depending on what is their fitness goal. Like if you're trying to build a muscle, you want to get big, definitely you don't want to go on that side. You want to do your hypertrophy program and stick with those movements, make some little variation here and there. If your goal is a well-rounded overall fitness, definitely I will go for the functional movements, because they are going to develop that muscle mass, lose body fat, get mobility. So yes, I always say depending on what is your fitness goal, but
now, in my opinion, so this is my opinion. If you are, especially a young person that's like me, that's lifting weights, you definitely want to get more. In my opinion, you definitely want to get more into the functional, at least once or twice a week, only because of the mobility. If you stay just lifting weights, every single day, every week, right, it's gonna get to a point where your mobility is just gonna suck. And not having that mobility, the next thing you know, you're shoulder pressing, and then you get like a shoulder impingement because you didn't have that mobility to begin with. So definitely, I would say try to add some variation to your training, especially if he helps you with your mobility. So, what got you into like the functional training? Like, has that always been your thing, or were you doing something else before and then you came to it?
okay, so I've been a trainer for over 22 years. My first 12 years probably, I was into traditional gym, bodybuilding style, isolated muscles. I was kind of getting bored with that. For me personally, I was still training people, but I was like, there is not much more that I can do on a bicep curl, right? There is not much more. So my training was getting a little boring to me. And then I went to a class, it was CrossFit class, and I love it. It was just something different, and there was so much variation, so many different things to do that, I don't know, to me it was like endless options now. So now everything became a challenge. Like I jumped this box, now I'm gonna jump higher. I did a pull-up, now I'm gonna do 10 pull-ups. I am able to do push-up, now I'm gonna do plyo push-ups. So it kind of went to another level. And then I got the opportunity to do one Spartan race, which love it, and that made me fall in love with the OCR, obstacle course racing. And then CrossFit and OCR, they both kind of complement each other. So I was like, hey, I'm gonna it was a game changer for me. Yeah. I just switched all my traditional program, isolating muscles to a combination of both, and getting like a strength training and endurance training, and it just got me hooked into it. Yeah. And then of course I opened the gym, which kind of transferred that to my clients, and I try to make everybody work in that well-rounded overall athleticism.
Nice. Well, it's been a pleasure talking to you. Anything else that you would like to just say?
Don't be afraid to jump in the gym. Any type of training, any workout is better than none. So if you're not sure, like what do you want to do, if it's like bodybuilding, strength training, hypertrophy, whatever type of training you want to do, if you're not sure, just jump and do it. Look for good coaches that can guide you. maybe experience different type of training until you get hooked with the type that you like. Because when people ask me what is the best workout I can do or the best exercise, my answer is the one that you love the most, because that's the one that you wanted to wake up and do it. That's the one that you have the motivation to do it all the time, right? If I tell you running is the best thing ever, but you hate running, chances are you're not gonna do it and you're not gonna hook with the program. So whatever your goal, whatever you enjoy the most, that's what you're gonna stick more with the program.
All right. Well, I say, guys, thank you for watching this video. Remember, I'll leave the links down below if you want to follow her on social media or you just want to know more about her. Right? So you might get a lot of messages.
Cool, no problem.
Good work.
Thanks.